All right. Hello, everyone. Nice little intro song there. I found that just a little bit ago and I really liked it. I'm going to adjust this camera a little bit because it's kind of kicking against the lean a little bit. So, all right. There we go. Welcome to episode 4 of Let's Create Something Awesome Together, where myself and the viewers create something awesome. Um, Tonight, what's on in store for our first string of awesome creations, so to speak, um, is none other than the man without fear, Marvel's Daredevil. We're gonna be building him in D&D, using D&D Beyond as always for it, and I'm already set up and ready to roll with it. So we're going to be using we're going to turn on playtest content because some of what we're going to be using um is actually in Unearthed Arcana, and hopefully they have it on D&D Beyond because I don't remember not seeing it. If not, we will improvise. So, here we go. So, we got our playtest content on our Eberron content, Magic the Gathering content. That's not really a big deal. Feats, multi-class requirements, using encumbrance, modifiers on top, fixed hit points, and milestone. All right. So the first thing, first and foremost, is his race, and this is going to be the first time in all of these builds that I'm going to do something that I haven't done with the others. We are going to select human. And not just any human. We're going to go with the variant human. Because you get some extra stuff. Which actually the variant human gets completely different things than the regular human. Let's scroll down here real quick. Yeah, playtest material in Unearthed Arcana rarely ever gets changed that much. That's true. The difference, the big issue that we're looking at with it is that it has to actually be on D&D Beyond. And I don't remember not seeing it, but admittedly, I don't remember actually seeing it. So hopefully, it's all there. Um, I put my build together a while ago, and it was mainly flipping through books and everything. Uh, so if it's not, we will find a substitution as always. So ability score increase. Normally, regular humans get a +1 to all abilities. This one you get 2 different ability scores of your choice increased by 1. You gain proficiency in a skill of your choice, and then you gain 1 feat of your choice. So that's why we're choosing that. The main reason is for that bonus feat at right away. So we're gonna go back to our human. There we go. We're going to select him. We're gonna go choose race. All right. The languages don't really matter too much, but for some flavor, we are going to, we're just gonna look into a couple of things here. With the languages, and I'm minimizing and everything. So we're just going to go with starting out Elvish for his language. Just easy, get it out of the way. Ability score increases. Now here's where the fun starts with it. So our ability score increases for this are going to go to our wisdom and our constitution. I have my notes off to my left on another screen that you can't see. Also, welcome to the stream, Arian. Friend, how are you? All right. For skills, he gets a bonus proficiency in 1 skill. We can go survival, we can go insight, and we can go religion if we really want to. But I'm going to go with survival, because later on we won't have that option to choose it. All right. And then our feat that we're going to pick for old boy is going to be the alert feat. Always on the lookout for danger, you gain the following benefits. +5 bonus to initiative. You can't be surprised while you're conscious. I almost said unconscious. Other creatures don't gain advantage on attack rolls against you as a result of being unseen by you. That's very, very useful. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and jump to our ability scores this time around. We're going to manually put them in. And we're looking at a 12 in strength. And then we're looking at 14 in dex. We're looking at 13 in con. Intelligence at a 12. Wisdom at 15. And charisma at 10. So, out the gate, we have our +1 to our strength modifier, +2 to our dex modifier, +2 to our con modifier, be it from our racial bonus there. And then intelligence +1, +3 to our wisdom modifier. That's going to be really useful. Racial bonus, a +1, which gives us that 16. And then no modifier to our charisma. That's not really a big deal. We don't have to worry about that. So, when we're looking at our build, this is actually going to be the first multi-class build that I do. And the reasons behind it are because there's so much stuff that we want to achieve that it can't be achieved under just one. So we're going to start out first and foremost with one level of rogue. So we get proficiencies, and we are going to choose the following proficiency. We're going to choose acrobatics. We're going to choose athletics. We're going to choose perception, not investigation, perception. And then we're going to choose stealth. DareDevil is very, very stealthy. It's kind of like one of the bread and butter of him. So we're going to throw that in there as well. And it's rogue. If you're not using stealth as a rogue, what are you doing? Then for our expertise, we are going to choose perception. And we're actually going to go back real quick. And we're actually going to change our skill here from survival to insight. I didn't leave myself a note to make that change. So we have perception, and we're going to use insight for our expertise. We have sneak attack at level 1. We have thieves' cant as well. Alright. So, we are going to jump straight into our first multi-class part of this. So we're going to add another class here. We are going to go with a level of fighter. Fighters get a fighting style at level 1. So here's where we have to kind of improvise a little bit, because it is not here what I needed. So because what I was going to go with isn't here, we are going to go with weapon fighting. That's going to allow you to dual wield the they're not tonfas, they're just like batons basically. So here we go. And then we're going to also go in and we're going to add for our third level of monk. And the reason for that is for not so much the proficiencies, because that's all fine, but for unarmored defense. Dexterity plus your wisdom modifier. That's why our wisdom is so high. And then the martial arts is definitely useful. Daredevil is basically a ninja. So it's a good thing to have. We're going to go right back to Rogue with level 2, which actually we're not going to add another class. Cancel, add. So we'll go right back to Rogue with our level 2. And we gain cunning action at level 2. We'll jump to level 3. And this is where we get to choose our roguish archetype. Well, a lot of people would go with several different things here. Several would go with assassin, but thief is actually better for this build. And you'll find out why. Second. Right now. Fast hands. Starting at 3rd level, you can use the bonus action granted by your cunning action to make a dexterity sleight of hand check. So you can bonus action, cunning action, sleight of hand. Now, in addition to what you were able to do before. Use your thieves' tools to disarm a trap or open a lock, or use an object action. Right here is why we went with thief. Second story work. When you choose this archetype at 3rd level, you gain the ability to climb faster than normal. Climbing no longer costs you extra movement. In addition, when you make a running jump, the distance you cover increases by a number of feet equal to your dex mod. That is very important. We're going to remember that later. So, we will go ahead and add another level of rogue here. And for this one, we are actually going to go in here and we're going to skip the ability score improvement. And we're going to go with, no, we didn't want to select that. Thanks, D&D Beyond. We're going to choose a feat and we're going to scroll down, maybe, and we're going to choose skilled. That allows us to gain proficiency in 3 more skills. Oh, not swashbuckler? Well, not too bad to go with just straight thief. The reason why is because of the things that you get as thief opposing to swashbuckler. Swashbuckler is a great archetype for rogue, and it's normally kind of my go-to one if I play a rogue. But for specifically this, and you'll see later how it coincides with everything that we're doing to build this one. But yeah, there's reasons why later that we would go with thief over the other. So, we're going to choose for skilled. We're going to choose... Where are they? Where are they? What are we going to choose? Hold on. Scroll up and look at our... We didn't choose acrobatics, athletics. Okay, we chose those. Our expertise. Why is investigation not on this list? That's interesting. Oh, there it is. I was like, why is that not there? I didn't choose that already. We're going to choose investigation. We're going to choose medicine as well. And we're going to choose persuasion. Daredevil day job is being a lawyer, an attorney. So he is definitely going to need that persuasion. So now we're going to jump back down to our fighter. And we're going to bump that to level 2. At the moment, we are at character level 7. So level 2 of that. We're going to scroll down. And we gain action surge. That is useful on so many different levels. It can be the deciding factor on several different things. I played a fighter that was actually an Eldritch Knight in a campaign, and we were going up against a blue dragon, I think. It was a dragon of some sort. And I had been popping using my magic the whole time. And our wizard and our another one of our fighters were about to get the full effect of his breath weapon. And right, like on the next turn, they were about to get blasted. And the dragon went after me. So I went in and I did my attacks, and I still didn't kill him. So I did an investigation on him real quick. DM allowed it as like a kind of not a bonus action, but like a standard action. To kind of figure out how damaged the dragon was at this point. And he basically was like, "Oh, he's looking pretty bad. The entire party has just been tearing into him, and he's been doing everything he can to fight back. But unfortunately, because he's in this small cave, he can't really do the full brunt of what he normally could do." And so I was like, "Oh man, do I want to do it or not?" Because I still had my action surge, and I did it, and I nat 20'd on him. And so I got my double damage on it. And in that game, we had a thing where you could roll again, and if you got within a certain threshold or a nat 20, you basically could insta kill him. So I didn't insta kill him, but with that. However, the damage that I had done from rolling that natural 20 on my action surge was enough to kill him. And it was definitely a big moment for that character. Unfortunately, that party didn't appreciate that character enough to really be thankful of what he had done and saving their lives. So, I mean, that was fun. But I digress. We are going to jump ahead again with our fighter, and we're going to go into level 3 of fighter. And we get to choose a martial archetype with our fighter, and we are going to choose champion. And this is why right here. Improved critical. Beginning when you choose this archetype at 3rd level, your weapon attacks score a critical hit on a roll of 19 or 20. That's definitely useful. So we'll go ahead and bump our fighter level up one more time. And just so we're following, we're at character level 9. And this time around, we're actually going to choose an ability score improvement. And we are going strictly with dexterity for this one. So we're boosting that. And let's go over to our abilities. So now our dexterity is a 16. We have +3 to everything. Everything dex related. So, we'll go ahead and bump our fighter level now up to level 5. So we gain extra attack. So we have that, and it's definitely useful. We'll bump to level 6 in our fighter. We get another ability score improvement or a feat. So we're going to look at a couple of feats to see if those will be better than another ability score improvement. The first one we're going to look at is a feat called Durable. Hardy and Resilient, you gain the following benefits. Increase your Constitution score by 1 to a maximum of 20. When you roll a hit die to regain hit points, the minimum number of hit points you regain from this roll equals twice your con modifier, minimum of 2. So, go to our abilities again. Our Constitution is now 14 here. So our modifier is a +2. We would gain back a minimum of 4 for that. So that's something to keep in mind. So the other one is Observant. Observant, increase your intelligence or wisdom score by 1 to a maximum of 20. You can see a creature's mouth while it is speaking a language you understand. Blah, blah, blah. You have +5 to your passive wisdom, perception, and passive investigation scores. So out the gate, that one feels a lot better to me than the others. And why would we not want to take that bonus to wisdom there? So let's go back to our abilities. Our wisdom is now a 17 with that miscellaneous bonus. So, then we're going to bump our fighter level again to level 7. And now we're going to gain Remarkable Athlete. Starting at 7th level, you can add half your proficiency bonus, rounded up, to any strength, dex, or constitution check that you make that doesn't already use your proficiency bonus. In addition, you can make a running long jump. The distance you can cover increases by a number of feet equal to your strength modifier. Definitely beneficial there as well. And then here's what another cool thing that we're going to do. Level 8. We're going to choose ability score improvement. And we are going to bump that wisdom modifier by 1. And then, actually, I got to go and look at my abilities again. Abilities, wisdom by 1. And then we're going to bump let's go ahead and bump our dex. At later levels, you can advance a couple of different things there. By doing this one here, by getting Observant, there's the increase with wisdom that I didn't account for previously in my build. I had something else there, but putting that in place is definitely worthwhile to me, at least. So that is actually going to be the end of building from the fighter levels. Now we're going to build a little bit differently. So we are going to now jump into level 5 of Rogue. Go ahead and minimize that. So we can gain Uncanny Dodge. Starting at 5th level, when an attacker that you can see hits you with an attack, you can use your reaction to have the attack's damage. Alright. Now Rogue level 6. This actually puts us 1 level above what I normally do the builds at, which is fine. That's perfectly fine, because DareDevil is kind of supposed to be the de facto leader, and your leader wants to be a little bit higher in level. Everybody else was level 14. So for this one, we're just going to go into our rogue expertise, and we're going to choose acrobatics and athletics. So there was the one thing that we weren't able to add was from the Unearthed Arcana, and we're actually going to pull it up. Arcana, and it's called Blind Fighting. This is what I would normally choose for my fighting style for this, which is interesting that it's not there in the actual build. It's being talked about on several different things. So here's the file that the Unearthed Arcana came in for it. Oh, no, it's not. Why did it pull up this one? That's interesting. Scroll back. Why would that pop up as an option? Are you? All right, wizards. We're gonna just actually go to the Wizard Coast website. We are going to search for Blind Fighting. Interesting. This one? I guess the general idea is to find out when it came out, right? Let's scroll out. Mirion, if you don't mind helping me out finding when that came out, because it's definitely a thing. It wouldn't be discussed if it wasn't. All right, let's just look at it this way. It's on the discussion board, so we'll just look at it. All right, so here it is. There's a lot of different things here, people discussing it. If attacker and defender both cannot see, blinded, an attack roll is made at advantage. Attacker is unseen. Yada, yada, yada. All right. Let's actually go to our sources. Why didn't I just do it this way? Go to our sources and find... Unearthed Arcana, Blind. Well, we find something out every day. Apparently, looks like they may have removed it. Which is interesting. So that must be why it didn't pop up in the choices. So they removed it. We can't really talk too much about it until I find it again. So we'll come back to that on another time. At another time. I don't want to dwell too much on it. That's not going. What are we making today? We are making the Man Without Fear, DareDevil. And I'm trying to find, from Unearthed Arcana, the fighting style blind fighting. Uh, it's been a pain in the ass trying to find it. We've been looking for it for a few minutes now. I can't find it now. It's blowing my mind that I can't find it, but that's fine. That's not a huge deal. So let's go ahead and close that. Draws again, thank you for the sub with your Twitch Prime, my friend. Yeet! On the 1 month streak. So for the build, we have 6 levels of Rogue. The character level overall is 15. 6 levels of Rogue. 8 levels of Fighter. And 1 level of Monk for that unarmored defense. Go ahead and jump to our description. We're going to go straight with Acolyte for his background. And he has Religion for one of his proficiencies. And then here's where we're going to throw in that Survival. 2 additional languages. We're going to go Infernal, so he has an exotic language. And basically, for languages, you can choose what you want. Flavor them to whatever the campaign is. So I'm gonna go with Goblin for the second one. It's just a nice little thing. Shelter of the Faithful. As an acolyte, you command the respect of those who share your faith, and you can perform the religious ceremonies of your deity. You know, a whole lot of pantheon deity stuff there for that. Well, DareDevil doesn't necessarily have to have a deity, but he was always a character that was kind of tied with that. Undercommon, speak with the scum of the universe. We'll go to we'll choose Undercommon. Yeah, screw it. Why not? Throw it in there. All right. So alignment. This is where people kind of get a little iffy on their choices of alignment. We do know for sure that unless it's Shadowland, DareDevil is not evil at all. So lawful evil, chaotic evil, neutral evil is out the window. At certain points, you could say that he's lawful good. You could say that he's lawful neutral. I don't think you can really say that he's chaotic good or chaotic neutral. So those get ruled out for me. I think the best thing that fits him for the like how he's portrayed for the most part is neutral good. And the reason why is because like DareDevil doesn't really get into the overall like politics of doing his job a whole lot, at least in the comics. And so there's that he has to stay somewhat neutral on when he represents people, but there's always that good in there and everything for him. That's definitely there. I throw him at wealthy because he is an attorney. BRB, okay. So then we're going to go to we're gonna go to Marvel Wiki. Where's no, we don't want the cinematic universe version. We want the 616 version. We're gonna scroll down, and we're going to throw in his hair, his red hair and blue eyes. So red, blue. His height was 5'11", 5 feet 11, and his weight 185 pounds. Male. We'll go ahead and minimize that one. And we'll go to organizations. So there are several organizations that DareDevil has belonged to. So Defenders is going to be obviously the first one. Then we're going to throw in, we're going to skip Partner Blind Spot. We're going to skip the District Attorney. We will throw in the New Avengers. And then we're going to throw in Marvel Knights. We'll throw in the Hand as well. And the Hand. So there we go. Allies. Iron Fist. Luke Cage. Got Jones. Spider-Man. The Punisher. And we'll also throw in Black Widow as well. And we'll throw in Blind Spot. So that's all built. Enemies, the Hand. Like number 1, the Hand. Bullseye is number 2. I like some of his aliases. Those are always fun to look at. Let's scroll down. So here's why we're going to basically scroll down here. We're going to create we're going to try to create a helm for him. Why didn't I add the Kingpin? The Kingpin. We're basically going to add a helm for him. DareDevil? What? Thank you. Weird. The picture I selected for him is gone. We're going to... Where is it? Where is it? The portrait. Thank you. We're going to create a thing for him. But first and foremost, we're going to go to his equipment. We're going to choose a short sword, short bow, explorer's pack, amulet. We'll just put a book, and we'll add the starting equipment. So now, go into our inventory. Dagger. We're not going to put the leather on, actually. Short sword. Because the leather is useless to us. It's just something you get at first level. Alright. So, go to add items. And we're just going to look and see if there's a helm that will give us what we want. Helm. Red helm, no. The dread helm. Huh. We will actually use that as our base for what we're looking for. Actually. Devil command. So yeah, we're going to remember this. In fact, we're going to copy it. Maybe. Because we're going to create an actual like helm that's going to vision and give him blind sense. So let's go ahead and go through this. We're going to export that real fast. Got that downloaded. Let's look at his character sheet real quick without the helm that we're going to build. Oh, hey, thanks. Appreciate it. So, all right. So our armor class is 17. We have a plus 11 to initiative. Plus 8 to dex checks, plus 1 to strength, plus 2 to con, plus 2 or plus 6 to intelligence, plus 4 to wisdom, no, nothing to charisma. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 skills that we are proficient in. Our passive wisdom perception is a 29. Our passive perception is a 29. And our passive investigation is a 21. Our passive insight is a 24. That is insane. I like that. That's good. It's perfect for the character. I didn't do the numbers in my head because I wanted to be surprised when we did this build. Or be surprised. So, alright, let's go ahead and go back to open this up. Let's go to create magic item. We're just going to open it in a link. It'll be a wondrous item. No, well, why do I do that every time? Alright. Helm of the Daredevil. Rarity. No, it's not. It does require attunement. Going to add this in. Oh. You also gain blind sense and tremor sense, or blind sight, not blind sense. Blind sight and tremor sense. as class ability. Great magic item. Oh, must select an item type. Oops. Wondrous item. Great magic item. Very, very basic description. Let's see. Add a first. Nope. So that's basically all it's gonna do. Is it'll just add the abilities, and you'll add them to your sheet, basically. That way. We could add in a couple of different things to really, really flavor it. But I think I'm happy with what we have for this. And we're gonna go back in, and we're gonna add it to him. Go to equipment. Go to add items. We're just gonna go to Wondrous. Are you? If it's not here, then it's actually because I didn't check something at the beginning, which I think is what. No, it's probably all bottom. Yep. So it's because I didn't check something at the beginning, which is fine. That's not a big deal. That's easy to go back in. Homebrew content. That's why we're right there. We're just gonna type helm, and it should show up. Oh, it's me. That's why. Duh. Save changes. Helm of the Daredevil. Now it should be. Go ahead and refresh. Add items. Come on. You. Helm. And the world isn't going up. Common? Magical. Helm. Wondrous. Really interesting that that's not popping up. I'm curious why. Let's go into collections. To my homebrew creations. Ah, I got it. Bear with me. That's why. I would think that I could just pop that up, but oh well. If it doesn't pop up this time, we're just not going to dwell too much on it. We know what it's supposed to be. We know why we want it. Yada yada yada. Very, very interesting. And slightly irritating. Alright. So let's pop out here. Let's go back to equipment. Add item. Helm. Sorry, this has me puzzled on why it won't come up. It should just come up as a wondrous item. It's just any wondrous item. And when I search for Helm or Daredevil, it should pop up. But it doesn't. Oh well. If I don't find it in the list here now, we're not gonna, like I said, we're not gonna dwell on it. We'll just push forward, and I will figure out why we couldn't find it for next time. All right. So yeah, it's not here, so that's really true. Could be. Not. Oh well. We will just move on from it. Um, my homebrew creation. Skills page. Create new version. Version 2. I think D&D Beyond is just having a goof right now. So, oh well, we will not mess with it too much. We have basically everything that we need. We just needed that to gain the blind fighting that we wanted. Not a huge deal. Let's just view the character sheet again. Go over it one more time. Actually I forgot to add one thing to it. Go into equipment, or go to add items, non-magical, and they're going to be weapons. And we're basically going to scroll through these weapons. And essentially there isn't an actual like All right, we're back. Apologies, Streamlabs crashed on me. So that's going to be some nice editing to throw in there. Like, what is going on? All right, so it was basically the end of the stream anyway, so it's not really that big of a deal. We're just live to round this out real quick. So basically, there's not really anything that fits what we want. So we're going to give him, for now, because this is going to be a custom item that we're going to have to build later on. For now, we're going to give him a whip, and we're going to give him 2 clubs to add to his melee weapons. And we'll go into our inventory. We'll build the club. That way they're ready to go. And then the whip. So now let's go to this. Dang, I missed it. Yeah. It's a very, very, very strong build. Very nice. Proficiency bonus is +5. +11 to initiative. 17 armor class with no armor. +1 to strength. +8 to dex. +2 to con. Intelligence +6. Wisdom +4. And then no bonus to charisma. It's not really needed. Passive perception is a 29. Draws again. This build is your nightmare. Passive investigation 21. Passive insight is 24. Crazy. It's just senses real quick. There we go. All right. Plane shift. Survive that. Plane shift, huh? Oh, that's why he has another ally that can counter that. Plane shift that. Ah! We have 11 skills that we're proficient in. Acrobatics has a +13. Athletics has a +11. Insight has a +14. DM snaps fingers. You now have polio. I'm a monk. I'm immune to it. Investigation +6. Medicine +9. Perception +14. Persuasion +5. Religion +6. Sleight of hand +8. Stealth +6. Survival +9. So those are basically our skills there. Let's go ahead. Let's look at our attack stuff. Bunch of weapons. Nothing real super. Everything has a +8 to hit. And gains a +3 in damage. Unarmed strike has a +8. Has that +3 as well. Our actions. Same thing. Our bonus actions. We have 2 weapon fighting as an action in combat, which, I mean, that's not really a bonus action, but whatever. Cunning action, you can take a bonus action on each of your turns, take the dash, disengage, hide or hide action, but also due to fast hands, you can use the bonus action granted by your cunning action to make a sleight of hand check, and use your thieves tools to disarm a trap or open a lock, or take the use an object action. We also have Second Wind. Once per short rest, you can use a bonus action to regain 1d10 +8 HP. You know, that's not bad. Not incredibly awesome, but it's not bad. And then you also have your unarmed strike from your monk that you can use. Reactions. I mean, we obviously have our opportunity attack, but then we have our uncanny dodge. When an attacker that you can see hits you with an attack, use your reaction to have the attack's damage against you. Under other, action surge, you can take 1 additional attack on your turn. This can be used 1 time per short rest. Extra attack, you can act twice attack twice whenever you take the attack action on your turn. Sneak attack. You can deal an extra 3d6 damage to one creature you hit with an attack with a finesse or ranged weapon if you have advantage on the attack roll. You don't need advantage on the attack roll if another enemy of the target is within 5 feet. That enemy is incapacitated. Or you don't have disadvantage on the attack roll. Let's see. Whoops. Limited use. Second wind and action surge. Just once per short rest. So equipment, we went through all that earlier. Feats. We have our fighting style of 2-weapon fighting. Second wind, action surge. Our martial archetype is champion, so we get that improved critical. We also have that extra attack and remarkable athlete, which we add a +3 to any strength, dex, or con checks that we make that doesn't already use our proficiency bonus, which is nice. And then our monk features, unarmored defense, which gives us our 10 plus dex plus wisdom to our AC, which equates to the 17. Martial arts, which allows us to use our unarmed strike on a bonus action. Rogue features. We have our standard proficiencies in acrobatics, athletics, perception, and sleight of hand. Expertise. We have proficiency bonus that is doubled for these two ability checks here, acrobatics and athletics. We have our sneak attack. We have thieves' cant. Our cunning action. Our roguish archetype of thief, which gives us fast hands, second story work. And then we also have our ability score improvement, which we chose a feat, chose skilled. Our uncanny dodge, which halves attacks target against you. Our racial traits, language, we have Elvish as our language. Ability score increase, wisdom and constitution. Proficiency in insight, and we gained the alert feat. And then we also have observant, and then we also have that skilled as our little bada bang there. Description. Our background is Acolyte with Shelter of the Faithful. We chose neutral good for his alignment. I already went through all this. He is a male with red hair, blue eyes. He is medium sized, 5'11" and 185 pounds. And then notes, this is just everything that we just did. No extras. No extra today. So 116 hit points. Not bad. Definitely have to get in there to really do your damage with this one. But once you're in there and you're rocking it out, you're going to definitely just annihilate everything around you. So thank you everyone for joining me tonight. This was a really fun build. I really enjoyed it when I started mapping it. And I've aside from the blind fighting and the the item that we were trying to create not being available, everything went pretty smoothly, and I like how this turned out. Definitely a really, really nice build here. So if you want to use it in your next game, feel free to. So next Tuesday is the next episode of this. We'll be going into episode 5. And we have a very, very interesting build for that one. We will be building none other than Frank Castle, the Punisher. So that is going to be a fun build. When I started doing these, that was the Daredevil build and the Punisher build were the two that I was most excited to do. And that's why I saved them for towards the end of this one. So we will dive into that next week at 7 p.m. Central Time on Tuesday. Don't forget to join us tomorrow night for the return of Chronicles of Calastia with Dungeon Master Ian McDaniel, myself as Leotahk, my good buddy Blaine as Julian Harper, Rachel Cook as Subira, Brad Cook as Captain Yor, Portland Dace as Trixie, and the man himself, Ed Lean, as Eddard Zott. It's going to be an interesting session. We are right outside of the town of Durrell, and it may not be a place that we really want to be. We'll find out tomorrow night. Thank you, everybody, for joining once again. Thank you for the sub draws again. It is greatly appreciated, homie. It is greatly appreciated. So keep tuning in. We will have more content as the channel continues to build, and we have some limited run content in the works as well. What does that mean? You'll have to keep an eye on all of the social medias to find out. Follow us at Second Wind Games on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Thank you. Have a great one, everyone. Good night.